Hey everyone, it's your health coach Lisa, and this week's theme is simple meals. I know it can be overwhelming for a lot of people, and I'm here to try to make it feel accessible, doable, something that you'll feel good about. So today's topic is it's all about a plan. A plan is really the difference between feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and you just don't know what you're going to do at the end of the day when it's time, that feeling when it's time to make dinner, you don't know what you have, you don't know what's in the house. So then you get fast food or you just eat junk in the house. We've all done it. Even I do it, and I am an experienced planner. And sometimes I don't make my plan and I'm like, it'll be fine. And then somewhere in the week, we end up with just a pile of whatever because I just felt overwhelmed. So it happens. So it starts with a plan. Now, here's how I do mine. Your plan is going to fit you differently. Everyone does it their own way. But here's an example. I like to sit down with a cup of coffee, pen and paper, and write down what I'd like to have in general for the week. Like, am I going to have a chicken dish? Am I going to have beef? Am I trying to do vegetarian, whole food, plant based? I want to think about my themes. And so I might have a space where I'm just brainstorming things. So then, and we're going to talk about this later this week, we go to our sources. So for me, I use cookbooks, magazines, and the internet. And I might, now that I've brainstormed some things like say my husband says, I'd really love something Italian. So I might type in easy Italian dishes. Or you could go to bringingbackdinner.com and click the link each Monday of things that you want to make. Just a little plug. And so easy Italian dishes. And they'll look at one that looks pretty good. And then I will decide, okay, I'll write down on a piece of paper, oven spaghetti, maybe. And then I will do the same thing 4 more times because I come up with 5 main dishes each week. And then I take these 5 meals that I've decided I'm going to make. Like I said, we'll go into more detail this week from our sources, but we're also going to talk about some of our go-tos. So like this week, we're having meatloaf, and you can find the recipe at bringingbackdinner.com. And this meatloaf is just sort of a basic tried and true meatloaf. I have made it for 30 years. And I don't even love meatloaf. Well, I like meatloaf now, but it's because of this meatloaf recipe. So I'll take these meals and I have my 5 meals set aside. So my next step is to make the grocery list off of it. Now, the next part, I don't love going to the grocery, and sometimes I do delivery, and then I just make myself go other times. And then I go purchase all my items. And if I'm really, really being faithful to my budget, then I tell myself I'm not buying it if it's on the list. So do add in things to your list like deodorant, paper towels, whatever you need, or reusable paper towels. That's what we do in our house for the environment. But side note, now I have a plan, and the plan is I'm going to figure out just 5 main dishes. Then I'm going to make my grocery list and I'll go to the store. Do I do them in the same day? Not usually. I like to sit down on Saturday morning or Sunday evening and do the meal plan and grocery list. Then I'll usually go to the grocery on Monday. But that might be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing. You spread it out however that works for you. But the thing is to have a plan, a process that you're following through that says, I'm going to sit down and make my 5 meals. Now, I have done it differently. I've done 10 meals and just kind of shop for 2 weeks. Years ago, I was really into doing the once a month thing, and I would come up with 5 meals a week for the entire month. And then I would go to some place like Costco and do my bulk shopping for things and try to once a month shopping kind of deal. As I've gotten older, my family's changed some. I just don't find that to be very practical for me, but it might be for you. It's all about what plan works for you. And I'm glad to help you come up with a plan. And you can book a session at bringingbackdinner.com. But during this week, we can also pop our thoughts into the comments and let's brainstorm together on coming up with a plan that works for you. So the plan helps us not feel so overwhelmed. It might feel overwhelming as you're making it, but the whole rest of the week, it's no problem. Now, I do not assign meals to a day because I might not be in the mood for that day. But I do know that whatever's on my list, and sometimes I pin it to the refrigerator, just a little simple menu of 5 meals. And then I look at it and think, what do I want to make? And then I know that I have the ingredients. Now, I've gone a step farther, is I really like delivery meal services. And if you really hate this process, I highly recommend a meal service. My 2 favorites are Purple Carrot and Marley Spoon. They're just very flavorful, delicious dishes that were easy to prepare and gave us a chance to experience new flavors. Purple Carrot is vegan, but you can change out the protein if you want. Okay, so I loved that in meal services, you get everything you get everything for all your meals, and then I would have it ready to go for each meal. So I have taken one of my drawers for my crisper drawers, and I will go ahead and place the ingredients for each meal in the drawer, even if I don't have a meal service. And I might not, if it's a can of something, I might go ahead and put it in there, but I've even put cans in there. And so I'll put the main ingredients for it. I'll have my menu. I can look at the thing and decide, like, okay, like we're having meatloaf this week. So in that, I'm going to have ground beef. My panko breadcrumbs are in the cabinet. But then I will have a little can of tomato sauce, and I might even pre-measure some mustard and put it out if I'm really into my meal prepping. And then I might have a potato or 2 in there because then we'll probably have mashed potatoes with it. I might put green beans with it if we're going to have our vegetable with it as well. So then it's all right there ready to go. And then I just go to the drawer, open it up, grab the things that I want. Now, that is a system that works for me. I really like it, but just having it in your refrigerator might really work for you too. And that extra step of separating it out is overwhelming. Don't do it. So go ahead and just do your grocery shopping, put your groceries away, and know that that meal is up there for you to decide which one you're in the mood for that day. And then you go grab it. You can do it Rachel Ray style. It cracks me up. She just like grabs it all and piles it into her hand and comes over to the counter with all of her things ready to go in one fell swoop. So you find what works for you. The goal of this week is to help you not feel so intimidated and frustrated during mealtime. Okay, so plan. If you need help come in with a plan, let me know. Let me see, you can email me at lisa@bringingbackdinner.com, and I do have some meal plan sheets that I can send you. I'll see about attaching it below if I can do that. If I can't, go ahead and email me and drop any questions you have. And remember, this week, don't let it overwhelm you. We're going to take it day by day and break things down. And today, we're just talking about the importance of having a plan when it comes to your meals. So additional piece to that is, if it helps you, I don't usually write down my side dishes with my meals. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Because I just know that I generally have a good selection of vegetables and things on hand. But you can plan that out with it. So like you might put meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans on your written note. And that's one more step to help make it clear, so that when you come in the door at the end of a busy day, you look up there and you go, I have the time to make that one and I have all the stuff. Let me go get it. And you're ready to go. So have that plan. And you can do it. And I will see you tomorrow as we dive in a little deeper.